Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I want to share with you a fantastic game played by English International Master Lawrence Trent. His opponent is English FIDE Master Desmond Tan, and this game was played in 2002 in West Bromwich. Trent, who was playing with the white pieces, opened up with d4 and Tan responded with knight f6, bishop g5. We have Trompowsky attack, against which black can choose several continuations. Black can either play d5 or knight d4 or c5 or e6. In our game we have e6, e4. Already this e5 can be an unpleasant threat, that's why black played h6 in order to break the pin, and white captured on f6. Queen takes f6, queen d2. Knight c3 is another popular alternative, but in our game we have queen d2, d5, knight c3. White is preparing castling queenside, c6, and we have it. Castling queenside, bishop b4, e5, queen d8, a3, bishop e7, and f4. Well, if we have a look at the position, this pawn structure reminds me of French defense, and the position looks somewhat similar to French Steinitz variation, but this pawn on c6 spoils everything. Here black played a5. Black is already starting a pawn storm on the queen side, meanwhile white is developing his king side knight, and b5. b4 is the threat, that's why white himself played a4 and bishop b4. Well, capturing on a4 and opening up the b file or playing b4 followed by c5 could have allowed black to create more dynamic attacking chances, but in our game we have bishop b4. Here comes queen e3, white is breaking the pin, and in here black captured on c3, removed the defender and then won a pawn. But now comes h4. White wants to bring his rook on g3 square and put pressure on black's kingside. This is an idea which can be very often in French defense. Queen b6, rook h3, bishop a6, rook g3, and a very risky move, castling kingside. And I would also like to call this move a dubious move. This is like stepping into the lion's mouth, you know. Instead it was better to play rook g8, keep the king in the center. In typical closed positions, there is no danger to the king, which is stuck in the center of the board. Or black could even play queen b4 and give up this pawn on g7 in the cost of exchanging the queens. But in our game, after rook g3, we have castling kingside, and there it goes, we have f5. It takes f5, black accepted the sacrificed pawn, but now comes the queen on this newly opened diagonal with queen takes h6 threat, king h8, and this time we have e6. White is freeing this e5 square for his knight. f6, which is losing on the spot, well, capturing on e6 and then playing bishop c8 could have provided black a tougher resistance, but in our game we have f6. Now comes e7, and actually allowing white to gain such a dangerous passed pawn is just suicidal. Rook e8 and a beautiful knight e5 move. While black pieces are concentrated on the queen side, white is just launching his attack without meeting any obstacles. Now if f takes e5, then queen takes e5 is coming, and you should give up your rook. That's why black decided to allow this knight to step on e5, played rook a7, but in here Lawrence Trent delivered another powerful move. You can pause the video and try to find his next move. Ready? In here Trent went for rook takes g7 move, another beautiful move, right? Right now the threat is queen takes h6 checkmate, and all black could do was to accept the rook sacrifice, after which we have queen g3 check, king h8, knight f7 check, king h7, and h5. The threat is queen g6 checkmate. Black neutralized the mating threat, but after white's queen promotion, black resigned. Now this is a very beautiful position, and the thing is that right now we have two hanging queens. But the interesting thing is that each queen is able to deliver mate in one upon the capture of the other. For example, if rook takes g3, then queen h8 checkmate is coming, and if rook takes e8, this time queen g6 checkmate will appear on the board. That's why, as I've already mentioned, after e8 queen black resigned. A very picturesque position, right? You are winning the game while your two queens are hanging. A very rare scene on chessboard, and I'm sure that you are also enjoying this position together with me. Well, in the end, a chess puzzle for you where the task is to find the winning move for black. It's black to move, and I will wait for your answer in the comment section. The task is actually very simple. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Feel free to check them out as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.